what I've done here is I've cut off two pieces of the foam material. I don't even know the name of it. This is a 6-inch square, which I like to use for my dungeon tiles, and this is an 8-inch by 3-inch piece for my corridor tiles. And what you want to do now is to grid them off easily. So what I'm going to do is take my ruler and my marker pen. I like to use, when I'm working with some material, I like to use like a black marker. And we are going to draw 1-inch grids on there. In my game, 1 inch equals 5 feet. So I like 1-inch grids. And for things, you could also grid this out for a different type of scale. You could have 1 inch, one space equals 2 inches or whatever you're doing for your game, or one inch equals 10 feet, which is what the original Dungeons and Dragons grid was. Yes, I'm that old. I remember the original Dungeons and Dragons. I started in 1979 and gaming. So I've been around for a while. This crafting is a new thing that I'm doing. So, but I'm really enjoying it. So, I hope you're enjoying watching me craft. And I'll try not to be too boring. Anyhow, I'm drawing straight 1-inch lines down the piece, and then I'm going to grid off inches the other way. And you don't have to be 100% accurate. You're not an engineering student or anything. You're just drawing something for your dungeon that looks cool. And so, if you don't get something exactly right, you're not going to, the world's not going to die around you. Anyhow, so like I said, I'm doing a single grids on this, and yeah, back in the early days of gaming, I started with a game called Gamma World in 1979. I didn't even know what role-playing games was. I just bought it by accident. You didn't even, back then you didn't have character sheets, you didn't have terrain, nothing. You had some grid paper and you had notebook paper for your character sheets. That was the early days of gaming. And so that's how I got started anyway. Okay, here's a grid, 6-inch grid. And the next thing we do, this is a fun one. And we're going to burn stonework into this material. Now, most usually I would have a fan going on during this time, but because I'm filming and the microphone, the noise and everything, I'm going to do this without the fan. I would suggest you do it in a well-ventilated area. You're going to be burning grooves in this material. Don't inhale it. I'm going to hold my breath while I do it, so I probably won't be talking much. But what you want to do, you want to take a hot tip of either your glue gun or your woodworking tool, and you just want to follow those grid lines, and just nice, slow, and easy burn you a groove along those grid lines. I don't suggest inhaling this. I don't know what the chemical structure of this material is. I'm sure it wasn't intended to be burned with a wood burning tool, but boy, it burns easy too. It is not a problem. And I'm just going right down the grids, trying to follow the lines the best I can. I don't craft and talk at the same time very well. I do better when I'm quiet, but I like to talk to you all. Yes, I'm from Oklahoma. You heard me say y'all. Okay, we gridded that out and we burned it. You saw how easy that was. Right here, there's grids in there. So it's got a nice deep thing. It was very simple to do. And from there, we're going to, I always like to grid it first before you paint it because the material is blue and you want to get down in those grooves and you want to spray paint it really good. And that's what we're going to do next. We're going to spray paint these pieces, and then we're going to come back and show you how to paint them.